Renowned as the king of the jungle, lions are celebrated for their inherent power and strength. Paradoxically, this esteemed reputation only intensifies the sorrow when witnessing these majestic creatures suffer due to human ignorance. Such was the plight of Dolo, a lion who had been subjected to such neglect that he was reduced to a mere shadow of his regal self, devoid even of his once majestic mane. Dolo's heart-wrenching journey commenced in southern Ethiopia in March 2011. During this period, he endured captivity in a small, unsuitable yard, a starkly inappropriate environment for a wild animal of his stature. It remains a mystery as to how his owner managed to acquire such a magnificent creature, given that keeping wild animals as pets is strictly prohibited in Ethiopia. Moreover, it is likely that Dolo had been captive since his cubhood, enduring appalling conditions throughout his life. Chained to a wooden hut, Dolo's mobility was confined to a mere 3 feet in any direction. The harsh shackles around his neck had caused severe skin damage. Perhaps most tragically, he had been stripped of his defining feature, the luxurious mane that typifies lions. In the wild, lions command vast territories, spanning up to 100 square miles, and live in social groups known as prides. It is easy to imagine the profound loneliness and frustration that must have consumed Dolo in his tiny enclosure. Adding to his misery, Dolo was emaciated to the point where his skin hung loosely over his skeletal frame. He had been subjected to this horrifying state for an excruciating 4 years. Fortunately, salvation was on the horizon for Dolo. The Ethiopian Wildlife Conservation Authority, EWCA, upon learning of his plight, embarked on a mission to rescue him, as keeping wild animals as pets is illegal in Ethiopia. However, their efforts faced an immediate challenge. There were no funds or suitable facilities in Ethiopia to offer him a new home. In this moment of need, the EWCA reached out to the Born Free Foundation for assistance. Founded in 1984, the Born Free Foundation operates globally to alleviate animal suffering, protect endangered species, and promote the preservation of wild animals in their natural habitats. The organization had established its presence in Ethiopia in 2008, dedicated to combating illegal wildlife trafficking and ownership. In collaboration with the EWCA, Born Free successfully liberated Dolo from his cruel captivity and relocated him to a temporary sanctuary within Awash National Park. Here, Dolo's demeanor underwent a remarkable transformation as he appeared to come alive once more. Now, the neglected big cat could receive the proper sustenance and medical care he so desperately required. However, during a thorough examination by veterinarians, a heartbreaking revelation surfaced. Years of malnutrition had inflicted enduring damage on Dolo's eyes, resulting in retinal atrophy, likely stemming from a nutritional deficiency during his formative years. This condition left him with severely limited vision, necessitating a lengthier adjustment period to his new, expansive, and stimulating environment. Tragically, this diagnosis extinguished any hope of Dolo's return to the wild. Given his compromised vision and lifelong captivity, it was determined that his best prospects lay at Born Free's Ensesakot Rescue Center, located just outside Ethiopia's capital city, Addis Ababa. Thus, in March 2011, Dolo was transported to this newly established sanctuary where he could finally find solace and care befitting his tragic journey. Nevertheless, the journey to transport Dolo to Ensesakot was not without its challenges. Prior to his relocation, the lion had to be tranquilized, carefully placed inside a wooden container, and securely loaded onto the back of a van, commencing the long voyage to his permanent sanctuary. Upon his arrival at the shelter, Virginia McKenna OBE, the founder of the Born Free Foundation, expressed her elation, recognizing the immense suffering that had marked Dolo's brief life. "Dolo has suffered so much in his short life," she remarked. "I am overjoyed we can offer him happiness in a natural and safe environment with the care and love he deserves." However, Dolo's traumatic past continued to haunt him, initially rendering him apprehensive about his new surroundings. Laura Gosset, Programs Officer for Born Free, shared that Dolo's first moments were marked by caution. "Unsurprisingly, Dolo didn't come bounding out," she recounted. "He didn't want to leave his box and roared his displeasure. That roar was unexpected, deafening, and more than a little bit frightening. but after an extended pause, he sauntered out into his new home. With the assistance of a female companion named Safia, Dolo gradually acclimated to life in his expansive, lush enclosure. Safia, who had also been rescued from captivity, shared a unique bond with Dolo despite their contrasting personalities. Dolo is not as active as his companion Safia, but he enjoys basking in the warm sun or sleeping in the shade in the company of the feisty Safia, explained Beth Brooks to the Dodo. In time, Dolo began to explore his newfound home, frequently engaging in playful activities within the lush foliage or taking serene naps in the shade. His once manless appearance had transformed, and he now bore a magnificent full mane, presenting a stark contrast to the emaciated lion found in captivity. Dolo swiftly endeared himself to the Born Free team, becoming a cherished resident of the sanctuary. His caretakers noted that with each passing day, Dolo's physical and emotional strength grew, gradually restoring him to the powerful and majestic creature he was destined to be. Proclaiming his reign as the king of the jungle, Dolo reveled in the opportunity to roar throughout the sanctuary. After years of neglect, his resounding voice was finally heard. Dolo's remarkable progress served as an emblem of hope for conservation efforts in Ethiopia. While he would never return to the wild, his life at Born Free allowed him to contribute to the conversation surrounding the illegal wildlife trade in the country. By sharing Dolo's story, his rescuers aspired to prevent other big cats from suffering a similar fate, ultimately fostering a brighter future for these magnificent creatures.